The overall discussions of Glen Reen this year has been, you know what, he's kind of tamed a little bit this year. And then
I fixed it. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Got it.
We're getting this word for the second time in 1 week. Connecticut is mourning the loss of a racing legend. Norwich police confirmed this evening that Bob Potter was killed when his car crashed into a school bus. Potter was a modified race car driver for decades and won multiple championships at the new London Waterford Speed Bowl and the Stafford Motor Speedway. On Sunday, former NASCAR driver Michael Stefanik died when he crashed his small plane in Sterling.
You know, if you're a racing fan from the 80s up until now, you knew these two guys.
When we heard about Mike Stefanik's plane crash, our team was devastated. A lot of guys on the team, including Adam, were a part of the Flamingo team when he drove. Not only a driver, but a friend.
Mike's personality, he had a very common sense approach. There was no rough side or rough driving. He just was very calculated, and everything was in a measured way. Very, very smart racer.
When I found out the news about Mike Stefanik, I was on my way back from the tri-track race in Monadnock. And, you know, it was kind of surreal because it was the day before Ted died, you know, a couple years before.
But there was a good picture. Teddy won the race, and they were both shaking hands and, and laughing. You know, it was like Teddy was, you know, you could tell Teddy smirk. Yeah, I got you, you know.
When Ted died, like, I didn't believe it was real, and, you know, how could this happen? I feel real bad for his family. I know exactly what they're going through.
Found out the news about Potter. I was actually at work, and you know, me and my boss were just reminiscing about all the great legends that we're losing in auto racing.
There was a streak where either him, my dad, or my uncle won championships at Stafford for like a decade or something like that. So it just shows how good Bob was.
That was the car to beat when we first started. You know, the 51 was the cleanest car at the racetrack. I mean, that thing was spotless. You know, he never really would mess you around. You know, he'd drive you clean, you know. Give you the lane to race, maybe an inch or whatever, but it was at least, you know, you knew where you stood with him. You know, he wasn't jamming you around or anything. Fun guy to race with.
I found out about Bob Potter. I was actually heading back from the race shop on Tuesday. It was the day he got into the accident. My girlfriend's family, they're married into, that family, you saw Bob Potter all the time racing that two-seater, and the amount of wins he has is just an iconic figure in the sport.
When Bob got out of auto racing, he always used to bullshit with me and tell what I did wrong and what I did right. It was pretty cool to share stories with him and hear what he had to say about what I did.
So we had a long week getting the car back together. We had a lot of damage. It was a lot of work, stripping it down, driving it out to get a clip put on it. We were just gonna skip 1 week. We just said, screw it. I mean, we're out of the points as we already knew anyways. I get a call from Dan saying, I told you so, we're getting rained out.
How much did you have to pay Mother Nature last week?
Roughly $6,000.
Okay.
It took us a few weeks, but it seemed like midsummer we really started clicking off the wins and the podium finishes, and that's where we made up a lot of ground because in the beginning of the year we had quite a few DNFs. I think we had 2 DNFs, which set us back.
Off turn number 4, double checkers are waving in the air. Keith Rocco will take down the win.
You know, to be going into the fall final and still being in contention after the season we had, I'm pretty happy with what we got.
Yankee Harley-Davidson SK Modified is going to be driven by my father for the fall final.
Gonna go racing again, we'll see.
And he's always had the itch, I guess, to get back in it. Now that we have 2 cars where it's pretty competitive. He'll be the number 80, I'll be the number 82. It's pretty identical cars, so hopefully he doesn't get into anybody and they put their retaliation on me.
But you're hoping for the win? You were side by side with him when he moved out, guy.
Race them like I race Potter, nice and clean, you know. Won't you abuse them? Not like the other guys do out there. Yeah, they're brutal out here.
More than anything, I hope we're in that situation.
If I have a fast enough car to beat them, I'll race them to beat them, but I won't just dump them to win them. I don't think I've ever really dumped anybody to win a race. You know, I get more satisfaction out of outsmarting a guy and winning that way, you know. That'd be neat if it gets to that situation, though, huh? That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, I know. We'll know on Sunday, won't we?
In the competition at Stafford is definitely the best in the country. I mean, if you talk to anybody, I mean, anybody in the racing community, you find out that you race at Stafford and SK, they know it's the best.
Welcome to the 47th Annual Napa Auto Parts Fall Final. On behalf of the Root family, I'd just like to thank you guys for an outstanding season. We definitely appreciate each and every one of you, your teams, your sponsors, your significant others, your families. We know that you sacrifice a lot of stuff to come race, and we're definitely happy that you do it here.
I really don't put any expectations on myself. I knew we had a good car coming in. You know, first race of the season, we were fast, and as long as we keep up front, I knew we'd be, you know, close to the top. Definitely awesome to be racing up front all the time.
Great shirt, man. Love the shirt.
I had to dig deep in the drawer for this one.
The game plan is just to do what we've been doing all year. Hopefully make it to the end, because if you don't make it to the end, you don't have no shot. I guess the only thing we can try to do is being the guy behind is try to win. At the end of the day, if we're better than him, then we might have a chance.
Point battles rage on. They end this weekend, obviously. I can't stress enough how you need to understand who you're racing with. You need to understand what's going on out there. I don't want anybody to roll over. Nobody needs to lay over, but you got to be smart about what you're doing. You don't want to change the face of the point battles. Let the point battles rage on the way they need to between all those contenders.
I think Ronnie's going to win the championship. He's in the driver's seat. That's really where you want to be. You know what I mean? You don't want to be the guy chasing the guy. You want to be the guy in the driver's seat. So my bet's on Ronnie. So the pit party at Stafford is probably one of my favorite events of the whole entire year.
Lots of fans look forward to it because they get to meet their drivers.
It's a really cool event. You get to meet everybody. They had Mike Stefanik and Bob Potter's car on display.
I can't believe that it's the end of the year and we still have not won a race.
One cheer, did you hear that?
Game plan for the fall final is just going and doing our thing. What we've been doing every year, just show up to the race, be competitive, and it'll all take care of himself. We won this race last year, so to defend the fall final title is a pretty big deal. Hopefully we can do that.
Going in the last race, I mean, we're probably going in here with the least amount of pressure on our shoulders. We could just win the race and hope for the best. Everybody else got a lot more pressure on their plate.
Other than the last race, is there anything that you're nervous about?
Nothing.
This is what Jack Arut's dream was all about. This is what Stafford Speedway is all about. These are the SK Modifieds.
We were racing Owen and we were racing Williams for the championship.
3 contenders looking for a title, and the Napa SK main event goes racing.
On the initial start of the race, I thought we were going to have a pretty good line. It's always good to be starting on the inside of Stafford, so I think we were starting around 9th place, and I was hoping that line would go. Of course, the outside lane decided to go, and that was the lane Todd was in, so we got pushed back to around 13th.
Todd Owen moves to the inside. Bonsai move, turn number 3. Lead change when they cross the stripe. Todd Owen becomes the brand new leader on lap number 12.
I look up and I see he's in the lead already.
Todd Owen said he had the best race car he's ever had here at Stafford. Good Shea prepared a rocket, and that rocket is coming to the front of this field with a vengeance.
So I knew we had some work to do. We had a lot of laps, but it was just going to take a lot of patience.
You know, Owen, I think, started right in front of me. I followed him all the way up to the front. He got the lead first. I got the second.
We are at the halfway point. Todd Owen is leading, and Ronnie Williams is in 9th place.
9th place is not where we had traditionally thought we'd be seeing Williams' car. We've got a spin in turn number 4.
You know, I was kind of a little bit off, and I just couldn't get by Owen. And I kept asking my spotter, Junior, on the radio, I'm like, where's Williams? Where's Williams?
What a bad day. Good. Doing a good job.
Look what we got heading down at pit road.
Mike Christopher.
We pitted because the car was just way too free. Just the wrong adjustment for the day race.
So that means that Ronnie Williams will pick up at least one spot.
Narducci's up here, walking back and forth like he got to pee like you read about. He's got so much pressure on him.
Right now, the spotlight is on Owen and Rocco, and Owen has been masterful on these restarts.
And again, Todd Owen. This time, the margin is about the same, and Owen continues to pull away. We've got another car spinning off turn number 2.
Mike Christopher, Sr., is the man who is pointed in the wrong direction.
The highlight of my fall final was that, my dad was racing too in our backup car, and we both were at the back of the pack there because we just pit. So I kind of wanted to just say screw it, drop to the back away from everybody and have a match race with my dad, but it never worked out that way.
At the end of the race, Stan and I started running nose to tail. It was clearly that competition that, I can't let him beat me. So I had to push everything I could. I think he just let me go, to be honest with you.
But the story is the title. Matt, where is car number 50?
Ronnie Williams, it looks like he has a fast car with nowhere to go.
We were just stuck in traffic, couldn't really go anywhere. Got caught up in the wrong lines on it seemed like every single restart.
If Todd Owen continues to lead, it means Ronnie Williams has to get to at least 4th in order to clinch the championship. Doing a good job on the outside is Refrano, but it looks like Williams is going to go underneath him. He is in the top 5, and he has to pass one more car in order to put a padlock on the championship.
All eyes are not only on the front of the field, but they're on Ronnie Williams as he needs to pass one more car if he is going to swipe the title away from Todd Owen.
And it's not going to be easy because that one car is driven by Michael Gervais. So we go down to the final laps with the championship race very much in doubt.
No pressure on the back here. Take time to set him up.
We were sitting in 5th. Gervais seemed to be a little quicker one lap, and then I was able to kind of gain back a little bit.
Here comes Williams to try again for it. Gervais continues to hold on to position number 4. Williams is all over him as they work their magic back to the line. 4 circuits to go.
Williams wanted to dive bomb Gervais. Gervais took that move away.
And then going into the last 3 laps, I was able to make a move coming out of 2, get him in turn 3.
Do we go into turn 3? Here comes Williams, a championship move, halfway there, 3/4 of the way there. They come off turn number 4, and Ronnie Williams is in the top 4.
Then we're just hoping not for a caution and finish this thing out.
Ladies and gentlemen, the best season ever in the SK Modifieds will go into the record books. Todd Owen will take down the victory.
Ronnie Williams will be your 2019 SK Modified champion.
Good job, buddy. I'm so proud of you. Everyone, thanks. Smart race. Way to go.
You guys are not real. Holy.
For the second consecutive year here, let him hear you. He climbs out and he's on the roof. Ronnie Williams, you are the SK Modified Champion here at Stafford Motor Speedway.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. I can't thank these guys enough. I mean, they're making a lot of noise right now. Cody, shut up. But can't thank these guys enough. We worked hard all year. The driver kind of put us in a little setback at the beginning of the year, but they believed in me. They kept going, won some races, and just happy we ended back up here.
Yeah, I told myself before today, no matter what, I wasn't going to be disappointed. I lied. That's a heartbreaker for sure. You know, you don't realize how important every single week is, and just going to make me want to go home when it's winter and work harder for next year.
Yeah, we were just a little bit off. It was fun to be up there battling with Owen. He was a lot better than us today. Just couldn't get off the corner.
The season did not measure up to my expectations at all, especially last year when we had, our breakout season. Kind of went into the 2019 season with high hopes, and reality kind of set in that this racing game isn't always fine and dandy, and it's usually down.
But overall, this 2019 season, just scrap it up and move on to the next one.
Top 5 in points. We had a win. There's a lot of people in that series that would kill for a win. So all in all, it was a decent season, and we'll build on that, and we'll go next year.
I feel like our expectations have been met. I know Adam wanted 8 wins this year, and we could only do 5. But we kind of got down a little bit early. Just stupid mistakes on my part, and we fought back. We won the second 5K this year, third time for them. It's pretty cool to be one of the elite drivers to go back-to-back at Stafford.
Ronnie might have won the last 2 championships at Stafford, but when he gets another 16 championships, let me know.